Alrighty, so my name is Richard Allen Russell. I got to make this video because I don't have enough room for all these papers. So, so this is the legal stuff that basically happens in the United States, and it's not legal. It's just completely retarded, and literally, like, from commissions to judicial officers to police, to just everything, the alleged victims of the public institutions, it's all just completely fraudulent. It's completely error-filled, and it makes absolutely no sense. So keep in mind, I'm an ex-medical student who had zero behavioral problems at the University of Arizona College of Medicine and undergrad for over a decade. And then a dean, who is a temporary dean, who's appointed by another dean, Kevin F. Moynihan, at the University of Arizona College of Medicine, then started fabricating police reports. And then the police at the University of Arizona tried to hide their original police documentation, where they started doing all this defamation and retardation. And they even gave me a rap sheet with the police report on there the next day, after calling me and telling me I committed a crime by trying to get the public record, the police documents. They attempted to take back the original one and give me another one missing the original foundational police report from Miss Miller, the attorney, who said that there's a confusion. The deans are misspeaking, that there's no prior police activity or anything like that. They just completely fabricate documents. They're unable to function. The judges refuse to read, and there literally is no law in this country, which is exactly why you're seeing weird ass shit go on. Like, just dumb. And it's just dumb. It just makes no sense. And no one does anything to try to fix these problems, and so it's like, whatever, I'm just gonna sell smoothies, but I still need to document some of this stuff, okay? So, as you can see, this like entire time I've had like CPR, AED, first aid certifications. Like, I'm not incapable of passing basic exams. Like, they literally locked me away in a psych ward, held me there with no signed warrant, and then it all got dismissed because they were making up mental diseases. They were just making up diseases that aren't even in their DSM, or Diagnostic Statistical Manual. Just completely made up stuff. And then the one doctor, who's a psychologist, independent evaluator for this whole process, told the judge she needs a court order for treatment, but I'm incurable. They can't help me. They can't cure me of my disease, aka me just suing them. That's my disease. Effectively suing them. The only judge who did anything that even made any sense was like, why are you court ordering him to treatment if you're saying you can't treat him? This makes no sense. The only judge who even did anything that made any sort of sense, she's the only one who got attacked by the statewide commission. So that's how it works. It's a completely ass-backward demonic light system. You get sucked into a black hole, and no one will read your documents. Nothing makes sense. For example, Arizona Department of Public Safety. You can read this. Review of your criminal record is complete. If no Arizona criminal record was found within the Central State Repository, this is the only correspondence you'll receive. There's no way for me to prove that I have no Arizona Department of Public Safety criminal record. This document doesn't say we found nothing. It says we just mailed you this piece of paper, and if there's not a second piece of paper, you can't even. It makes no sense. This is why it's the seal of Babylon. This is trash. This is demonic trash. They don't even know that they're using Alice Crowley's symbol of Babylon. This is the literal symbol. Google symbol of Babylon. This is what the star is, and it's pointing downward for a reason. Okay, it's a 7-pointed star with a downward arrow. That's one example. Why don't you just put in your notice of findings a list that says none? What is this? It's because you don't want people to prove, who have no criminal records, that they have no criminal record. You're making it impossible. And you're doing this intentionally. And you're hiring people and only keeping people employed who are complete asinine retards who are illiterates, who also apparently don't even show any sort of remorse or concern that they might be destroying people's lives, innocent people and hardworking people and honest people such as me. Okay? So I went to all the different police departments. I was doing drug testing for my work, and just intentionally because I knew they were going to claim I'm on drugs, which I never was on drugs. So I went to all these different agencies. So anyways, here's some of the documents. Richard Russell, state of Arizona. This is one. They opened up like 3 court cases. They dismissed like 13 different allegations and charges against me. They held it open for like years on end, and then they just ended up dismissing everything. So this is a summons. They mailed it to the wrong address, which is not the address I've had publicly on file on my court cases. They specifically never notified me of any summons so they could get a warrant and then arrest me. And they did it while I was in the Flagstaff Police Department, who, by the way, the entire county has refused to take on your probation case. I'm sure you noticed. Wonder why. Why would an entire county refuse to take on Pima County's completely asinine, backwards bullshit that makes no sense? I was filing a complaint against an attorney in the police department, and I was taking care of this gentleman here, and they fucking kidnapped me into the hospital and put a $10,000 bail bond. A bail bond which they could not even process. This is just how retarded they are. Motion to withdraw, motion to withdraw. See if I can find this. Some minute entry. I'm just gonna have to go through and show you how they can't even process a bail bond in the counties. They're literally incapable of processing payments. Literally. And this is what they do. They just make up a whole bunch of shit. This is not electronic. It was an emailed legal document of a legal petition saying I love my home in the United States of America, and it had a statewide upheld petition attached stripping a judge of her immunity. A judge who I didn't even have an interest so much in even stripping of her immunity. They just directly indict you. They don't bring any of this before a judge. The same police you're suing will just go in front of a judge. You're literally suing them in a federal lawsuit, and they will just go and testify. A whole bunch of complete bullshit. They'll just make everything up. They just take 2 words and they miscommunicate intentionally and mislead people without you there. This guy is drunk over and over and over again at work as a pediatrician, and he has his license. He's still practicing, and he failed state-mandated rehabilitation for his alcoholism. And not only that, he also misled and fabricated a ton of police reports. So what's going to happen is most likely the pattern and cycle is going to repeat. He's going to end up getting drunk and driving and then crashing and killing like a judge or a police or a child or an innocent family person or something like that. That's most likely what's going to happen. Summons. I never got these documents for summons. They just fucking kidnapped me in the middle of a shift where I'm taking care of that professor, Matthew Wangman. I'm not even going to show you this transcript. Oh, it's not even in here. Because it's just complete lies. Failure to appear. For initial, you can't tell me I failed to appear when you don't even tell me I'm supposed to appear. You're mailing envelopes that are busting open. You don't even tape your envelopes. They dismiss this stuff. True bill. Look at this. The Flagstaff Justice Court recently became aware that the credit card machine used in the jail for the posting of bonds was not operating properly. They're not even capable in these counties as officials of processing payments. Large payments, extortion bills. They're such a pathetic, lost-ass mafia. You got Trump standing up there like he's a superhero because he's got shot. And we don't, it's like, yeah, right. Was he really shot? Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Who cares? You look like a fucking retard, including you, Biden. What are you all doing? You're not leaders. You are corrupted, lost, demonic baby children. You can't even process a payment. What are you doing? Getting money, they like to try to suck every penny from someone. I had to pay, there was like 8 attorneys, they all withdrew. You'll see some of these things. Again, I just have to throw all this away because it's a waste of my time. More, it's like just the same document saying the same thing: harassment, harassment, emails, harassment, harassment, emails, and it's all the same document, and it's meaningless, it's useless. This is dismissed. They opened this up first, and then they dismissed it. Pretending to be stupid as a judge. I filled out your form for this document, and I filled out every line that was on your form in your law library. What do you mean you can't interpret and comprehend your own form with all of the blank lines filled out? Like, I don't even want to show you their documents because they're just retarded. They're just going to mislead you and think that there's some other problem. Dismissed, summons be quashed. What is this? Discretion, application order dismissing the complaint. This is what they do. They just try to suck away your energy. Pending case. Meanwhile, this is what's actually going on. The attorney refuses to, she's my attorney and she's refusing to talk with me. That's signed under an affidavit, that letter from Lamar. Look at this, $10,000, and they can't even fucking process it. And they never even had to do that. They could have just sent me a letter and had me come there, but they had to try to create some weird picture of stuff